Everyone laughed when a tiny rabbit challenged the most feared lion in the jungle, but what happened next changed the kingdom forever. Deep within the heart of the Emerald Jungle lived Leo, the mighty lion known as the King of the Jungle. His roar shook the trees, and his presence sent fear through every creature that crossed his path. At first, Leo had been a wise ruler, but as the years passed, power changed him. He became proud, demanding that animals bring him food daily. Anyone who refused faced his anger. Fear spread throughout the jungle. The deer stopped dancing in the meadows. The monkeys no longer played among the trees. Even the elephants lowered their heads whenever Leo passed. Among all these frightened animals lived a small rabbit named Oliver. Oliver wasn't the biggest. He wasn't the strongest. He wasn't the fastest. But he possessed something many lacked: courage. One evening, the animals gathered near the river. "We can't live like this any more," cried the gazelle. "But what can we do?" asked the tortoise. "He's a lion." Silence filled the air. Then Oliver stepped forward. "I'll speak to him." The animals gasped. "You?" laughed a monkey. "You're tiny," shouted another. Oliver took a deep breath. Size doesn't determine bravery. Doing what's right does. The next morning, Oliver walked toward Leo's cave. With every step, fear whispered in his ears. "Turn back. You can't win. You're just a rabbit." But Oliver remembered something his grandmother once told him. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's moving forward despite it. When he reached the cave, Leo emerged with a terrifying roar. "Who dares disturb me?" Oliver's legs trembled. "I do." The lion narrowed his eyes. "You've come to be my meal?" "No," Oliver replied. "I've come to remind you what a true king should be." The jungle fell silent. Leo stared in disbelief. "No one speaks to me that way." "Maybe that's the problem," Oliver said softly. The lion's anger grew. "Why shouldn't I rule however I wish?" Oliver looked directly into Leo's golden eyes. "Because leadership isn't about fear. It's about protection. It's about service. It's about earning respect instead of demanding it." For the first time in years, Leo had no response. Oliver continued, "Everyone obeys you because they're afraid. But if you vanished tomorrow, would anyone truly miss you?" The question struck Leo like lightning. He remembered the days when animals had celebrated his victories, when they had admired his strength, when he had defended the weak. He had once been loved. Now he was merely feared. Without another word, Leo turned away. The rabbit slowly walked back toward the jungle. Days passed, then weeks. One afternoon, danger arrived. A group of ruthless hunters entered the forest. Panic spread among the animals. They ran in every direction. Oliver helped guide the younger rabbits to safety. Suddenly, a terrified fawn became trapped beneath a fallen branch. The hunters were getting closer. Before anyone could react, Leo appeared. With a thunderous roar, he charged toward the hunters. He fought fiercely, protecting the animals who had once hidden from him. Together, elephants blocked pathways, monkeys created distractions, birds warned others from above, and Oliver coordinated rescue efforts from the ground. The jungle stood united. Eventually, the hunters fled. The forest was safe once more. As sunset painted the sky golden, Leo approached Oliver. "You were right," the lion admitted. Oliver smiled. "It takes greater strength to change than to dominate." Leo lowered his head. "Thank you for reminding me who I was meant to be." From that day forward, Leo ruled differently. He listened, he protected, he served, and Oliver, the tiny rabbit everyone had underestimated, became one of the jungle's greatest heroes. Not because he defeated a lion through force, but because he transformed a king through courage and truth. Years later, parents throughout the jungle told their children the same story. The story of the rabbit who proved that even the smallest voice can inspire the greatest change. Because true bravery isn't measured by size, it's measured by heart. And sometimes, the world changes because one small soul refuses to stay silent. Moral: Never underestimate yourself because of your size, status, or circumstances. True courage means standing up for what is right, even when you're afraid. Leadership built on fear eventually falls, but leadership built on kindness, service, and integrity lasts forever. Courage is acting despite fear. Your voice matters, no matter how small you feel. Real leaders serve others. Respect is earned, not demanded. One brave person can inspire an entire community.